Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So check this out. Deontay Wilder still wants to fight Anthony Joshua. The talks have already begun. Now, it doesn't mean the fight's going to happen, but from Deontay Wilder's side, they've already engaged Anthony Joshua's team, which is better known to the world as Fast Eddie Hearn. So what it looks like is Bomb Squad could be coming soon. Now, everything is up in the air when it comes to Anthony Joshua and what he does next. You know, is the IBF going to strip the winner of Fury and Usyk? If they strip him of the IBF belt, it becomes vacant. The Joshua is ranked number 3 in the IBF. Hrgovic's the mandatory. So do they make it to where Hrgovic and AJ fight for the IBF belt? Or if Tyson Fury beats Usyk and it's one-sided, or if Usyk beats Tyson Fury and it's one-sided, there's a rematch clause. But maybe neither one want to take the rematch, right? Then Anthony Joshua may directly insert himself as the next opponent for the winner of Fury Usyk. But what I think is going to happen is whoever loses, they're gonna enact that rematch clause. So Fury and Usyk, let's just take them off the table. Now, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. It seems to me that fight is getting a little closer, right? I still think when you look at this, for Deontay Wilder, the fact that Shirley Finkle's gone on record, and Shirley Finkle says that that Deontay wants to fight, that tells me, man, that Wilder hasn't given up his ambition to try to get back in the ring, in particular with Joshua. Now, how soon he wants to get in the ring with Joshua, I don't know. His pride may say yesterday, but if he has the sense that I know he has, he's going to say, nah, I need to get at least 1 or 2 good wins underneath my belt and then think about Joshua, who has the momentum going. Deontay Wilder needs to get his momentum going. And I think in his next fight, I think it's going to be basically a cold start. But once he gets the engine revved up and gets the engine going, and he shifts from first to third gear in the first fight, I think the second fight he'll be able to take it from 3rd through 5th, and then I think Deontay Wilder is out of here. But right now, this is just me being a common sense man. Him jumping directly in the ring with Anthony Joshua, I think that would just be, some people would say, a suicide mission. I wouldn't say that. I think he would lose, but I think it would just be for a payday. But that's the interesting thing about it. I'm not so sure Deontay Wilder, if he was to land a fight with AJ, that Wilder goes into that fight making 30, 40 million. I just don't see it. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen. But we know that Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou in 2 rounds in Saudi Arabia. And that got a lot of people's attention. As a matter of fact, it has a lot of people, even myself, saying Anthony Joshua has succeeded Deontay Wilder as being the KO artist of the heavyweight division. And Deontay Wilder has kind of succeeded Anthony Joshua as being the mental case. A guy who can't seem to get it right, who maybe lost a little bit of confidence, and we're not sure if he's going to, rise from the ashes like the Phoenix, or is he going to just continue to dwell on that loss and the fact that he's waking up in silk pajamas and never fight again. But the bottom line is, Shirley Finkle, who whenever I hear Shirley Finkle's name, I don't know what to think about him anymore. But anyway, Finkle is still out here speaking on behalf of Deontay Wilder, and he told a few media outlets that they are going to start speaking to Anthony Joshua's team and trying to get what they still consider Wilder against AJ a super fight, to try to get that over the line this year. He's saying that he hopes AJ will still be willing to fight Wilder. They both want to fight, and he doesn't see why it can't happen because they're ready to fight on their side. And he's saying he's hopefully to have some news soon on Deontay Wilder's next move. He said, but as of right now, they're not sure, but there's some things in work. So hopefully we'll get an announcement about what Deontay Wilder is going to do next. Now, I hope Deontay Wilder is either going to be AJ, Gerald Miller, Dillian White, someone like that. I would hope that if Wilder returned, maybe Andy Ruiz is a good return opponent, but because Andy Ruiz has been inactive, Wilder obviously hasn't been the most active. But maybe that's the right fight for Deontay Wilder to make right now if they can't get the AJ fight, because it sounds like they have several pokers in the fire. They're just trying to see which one heats up and which one's going to pay out the most. And that's what it seems to be all about at this moment with Deontay Wilder. But we all know there's no other fight out there aside from him fighting Fury. I don't even know about Usyk, but Fury and Anthony Joshua that could pay Wilder, I would say $10 million plus. But anyway, when it comes to Shirley Finkle, we know what happened when he and Eddie Hearn and DAZN and those guys came together and tried to negotiate a fight. Bottom line is, doesn't matter who we feel was right or feel were wrong, Wilder's side, AJ's side, Team DAZN. The bottom line is an opportunity to make a lot of money was lost. Okay? But you look now, there's an opportunity to make some, it could be a lot of money if Deontay Wilder takes a few return fights. If he just goes right to the AJ fight, it's an opportunity to make, good money. But not, gazillions. Now, the thing is this. If an announcement is going to be made, Shirley Finkle is saying that they'll be the ones to make the announcement, but they don't want for anything to leak out because they really don't want any distractions for Deontay Wilder and the team. Their whole thing is just about right now having conversations and seeing if they could take that fight between Wilder and AJ. At this point, it's not even just about the Middle East. They're even willing to go to the UK. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that fight between AJ and Wilder is something Eddie Hearn, he's interested in. He fancies that fight. I think Eddie Hearn would make that fight sooner than later. You got to catch Deontay Wilder right now while he's slipping, falling, can't get up. Because if you let Deontay Wilder get his mojo back, well then now, the fight builds even more. But I think it becomes an even more riskier fight because now Deontay Wilder's kind of reminded of who he was. The guy with the one-hitter quitter who can tranquilize any opponent when he gets ready. And he may come in that ring and let his hands go as soon as the bell rings. And then that could be a problem for AJ. AJ doesn't start off slow. He's not cold. But you can see AJ and Ben Davison have a really good game plan. But I can see Joshua trying to do that jab to the chest, jab to the body. And Wilder be ready for it and let that right hand go because Wilder has super fast hands and catch AJ. But at the same time, I can see AJ throwing that jab to the chest and Wilder saying, damn, this man is strong. Then go into the body. And then now Wilder is expecting maybe that jab to the chest and jab to the body again. And somehow, and Joshua feints, Wilder drops his guard, and boom, Joshua knocks him out cold. But we just got to wait and see what happens. But what I'm going to tell you right now, man, is for Deontay Wilder, you got Nate Diaz calling him out. You know Nate Diaz, the guy, the MMA fighter, who's got broken bones, can barely talk and all that shit. Nate Diaz is calling out Deontay Wilder. I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Wilder says, shit, I'll go over there and fight Nate Diaz in an MMA bout or a boxing match, some old exhibition type fight, just so he can make, 30, 40 million. Like, Deontay Wilder has a lot of options. But what I will say is, if he goes the MMA route, I think he doesn't care. He wants his money, but I think that hurts Deontay Wilder big time if he goes and does one of these boxer versus MMA type fighter type exhibitions or type, I don't even want attractions. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think that's the wrong direction he needs to go if he's seriously trying to get back in that ring and seriously trying to fight a guy like Anthony Joshua, trying to become unified or undisputed or whatever his goals may be. But the bottom line is Deontay Wilder, Bomb Squad, coming soon. And when you take a look at the ranking stack out there in the heavyweight division, and you look at where Deontay Wilder is, you got to remember Deontay Wilder is still a big name. Where Deontay Wilder is ranked, to me it doesn't even matter. Although he's ranked number 9, he's still a big name. So I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Joyce gets a win this weekend and they put Wilder against Joe Joyce. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they try to get Wilder with Anderson. But when you really take a look at this is where it gets very interesting, right? When you look here, Deontay Wilder's ranked number 13 now in the WBO, right? Number 13. Deontay Wilder is ranked, let me see about the IBF. He's not even ranked in the IBF. With the WBC, he's ranked number 8. And he is ranked number 9 in the WBA. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Wilder ends up getting an opportunity to fight. I think Manuel Charr is fighting, he's fighting Pero, Lanier Pero, I think. Or Pulev. I probably should pull it up instead of just talking out my ass, right? But Manuel Charr is supposed to be fighting somebody. But I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Wilder somehow got to fight one of those guys and maybe gets a win. Now he has a WBA World Heavyweight Champion, World Heavyweight title. For the WBC, he's ranked underneath Jared Anderson now, but he's still the bigger name, the bigger draw. I just think for Deontay Wilder, it's only big names for him that he's going to fight. So we just got to wait and see how the dust settles for Deontay Wilder. But at least it sounds like he still wants to keep fighting, according to Shirley Finkle. And he doesn't want any soft touches. He wants to go directly at AJ if possible. If not, he realizes he may have to get 1 or 2 big wins. They prefer 1 big win and then go right at AJ before the end of the year. But I just would not be surprised, I'm telling you, man, when it comes to this boxing, if Zab Judah can lose to Carlos Baldomir, and then Zab Judah he keeps his title, he retains his title, although he lost, and he still goes on to fight Floyd Mayweather. That just lets you know when it comes to the business of boxing, it's slimy, it's grimy, and the secret society runs shit. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Bomb Squad coming soon. I'm in the breeze.